I can't play Real Racing 3 anymore. And it literally stopped at 1098 MB. Right there. No error, no crash. Just stuck. I waited. Nothing. I restarted the game. Nothing. I reinstalled it. Same thing. Every single time 1098 MB. At this point I wasn't even trying to play. I was just trying to make the game work. And that's the moment you realize it's not a small bug. The game is actually broken. Because without those files you can't do anything. No races, no garage, nothing. You're just locked out. And that's crazy, because I've been playing this game for years, grinding every day, unlocking cars, building progress step by step. And now I can't even get past the download screen. Not because I quit, because it just doesn't work. So I tried everything, different internet, cache clear, full reinstall, same result, 1098 MB, stuck every time. At some point you stop trying to fix it and you start asking a different question. What now? Do I keep fighting a broken game, or do I move on? I didn't want to move on, but I had no choices. So I installed CarX Street, not because I was excited, just because I needed something that actually works. But the moment I started playing, I noticed something immediately. This is not a Real Racing 3. Not even close. In RR3, everything is smooth, predictable, controlled. You follow the racing line. You brake. You accelerate. It's clean. Here, the car doesn't cooperate. You turn, it fights you. You accelerate, it slips. You push too hard, you lose control. At first, it feels wrong, heavy, unstable, frustrating. You miss turns, you oversteer. You mess up constantly. But then something changes. You slow down. You stop forcing the car and start understanding it. You adjust your inputs. You respect the physics. You learn how it reacts. And suddenly it clicks. Now, it's not frustrating anymore. It's engaging. Because the car actually feels alive. It's not as polished as Real Racing 3, but feels more raw, more real. And that's what makes it interesting. But let's be real. This game has problems. Serious ones. For example, I unlocked a car for free. Next day, it disappeared from my garage. Gone. But here's the weird part. I can still use it in races. So the game says I have it, but doesn't show it. That's not a small bug. That's broken logic. And then there's monetization. The game pushes your heart. Cars for real money. High prices. Slow progression. Even Street Pass feels restricted. You either grind a lot or you pay. Compared to Real Racing 3, it's a completely different system. RR3 had a grind too, but it felt fair. Here it feels controlled. But here's the interesting part. Even with bugs, even with aggressive monetization, I still enjoy it, because at least I can play it. And that's something I can't say about Real Racing 3 anymore. So this isn't really a choice between two games. It's a situation where one stopped working and the other one stepped in. Not as a replacement, as an alternative. And now I'm here thinking, was this actually a bad thing? Or did I force me to try something better? I didn't plan to leave a Real Racing 3, but maybe I had to. So now, the real question is, do I keep going with this, or look for something else? And more importantly, are you stuck at 1098 MB to